Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the part 2 of the Wicked Sisters. Anna hit the ground forcefully after the car hit her and became unconscious. A young man ran out of the car fearfully. He carried Anna from the ground and rushed to his car praying that nothing happened to her. After 3 days, Anna eventually woke up in a white room. She thought she was dead, but when she saw the doctor attending to her, she was happy that she survived. The doctor welcomed her to life and told her it was a young man that brought her to the hospital. While they were talking, the man entered, a young handsome man dressed in black suit. Anna was amazed by his beauty but didn't let it affect her. She thanked the man for saving her life and promised to pay him any amount he had spent on her. The man smiled gently and refused to collect any money from Anna. He also promised to change her life as compensation. He introduced himself as Daniel. Daniel was 28 years old, the youngest CEO of BB Company. He was a nice and humble man. True to his words, Daniel stood by Anna. He paid her hospital fees, her pending school fees. He even get a house for her because the hostel wasn't comfortable for Anna's health. Anna was so happy, she didn't know what she did for God to bless her this much. It still felt like dream. Daniel used to visit her every day, and he always bought goodies with him. Sometimes fruits, foodstuffs, clothes, shoes and so on. Their friendship slowly grew from weak to stronger one. They will talk on phone if Daniel didn't visit her. They would laugh, chatted till they fell asleep. Days passed by, and it was the twins' final year exam. On the day of their last exams, Anna and Annie met. Annie wasn't remorseful about what she did to Anna. She came with her Yahoo boyfriend, Alex. They mocked and abused Anna, calling her stupid and idiot. This time, Anna wasn't gentle with her or her boyfriend. She gave Annie a thunderous slap. Just because I have tolerated your rubbish doesn't mean I'm stupid. She shouted at Annie. Annie was shocked. She held her cheek. No words came out of her mouth. Anna told Annie that they weren't sisters anymore. They should went on their separate ways and never should Annie mention her name anymore. People were shocked that Anna can be this bold, but Anna didn't care. She left the scene immediately. She feels so good for cutting ties with Annie and their mother. They don't deserve to be her family. When she got home, Daniel was waiting with a flower. He congratulated her before asking her to be his girlfriend. Anna said yes happily, because she was already in love with him. Daniel promised Anna that he didn't just want to date her but married her also. Daniel treated Anna well, take her to different dates and many vacations when she was done with school. Anna explained Annie and their mother's matter to Daniel, how they neglected her. Daniel didn't mind that Annie cut her family off. He promised to act as both father and mother to her, but Annie on the hand was flaunting money with Alex and her mother without knowing what was about to hit her. Stella and Lucy kept to their words. They went back to another herbalist and said they wanted Annie to become miserable. The herbalist laughed and get to work, and this time, nothing happened to Annie's picture because no one was praying for her safety. The herbalist promised them that the work is done. One horrible night, Annie was in Alex's house. They were sleeping together when Alex stood up gently from the bed. He went to his secret bedroom. It was covered with red clothes, charms and beads and looked scary. Alex stood before a calabash. Inside the calabash was Annie's picture. Alex laughed out loudly. He has been wanting to use Annie to renew his wealth, but it wasn't working. Her destiny was very strong because someone was backing her. And he hoped no one was backing her anymore. He started chanting some strange powerful words to Annie's picture. The words was long, and when he was done, Annie's picture disappeared. He laughed wickedly because it was done. He had been spending money for Annie just to use her, but it was difficult before. He went to sleep beside Annie with evil smile. Annie went back to her house, happy at the money Alex gave to her. She went shopping, bought new clothes, shoes and wigs, but things get worse for Annie. She started to become lean. Her legs are longer, same with her arms. She bought weight gain, but it didn't work. She ate a lot of food, rice, beans, and chicken in the morning, ice cream and chips around 12 p.m. Beans with bread by 2 p.m. Rice and spag by 4, noodles by 5 p.m., umla and yudu by 7. She can eat up to 20 times in a day, but she didn't gain any weight, instead her weight kept dropping. What is happening to me? She cried out loud in her room after a week of becoming so lean and malnourished. Her mother suggested they went to the hospital, but the doctors said nothing was wrong with her. They went to 3 different hospitals and all said nothing was wrong with her. Annie returned back home. she tried calling Alex, but he had blocked her and was no longer leaving at his house anymore. Stella and Lucy called her Sligo, laughed at her, and told her that they were not friends anymore. Annie's life jumbled together, no one could help her. She had sold her 2 cars just to cure herself. Now, she can no more walk. She was using wheelchair. Annie and her mother had nothing to eat, so she sold her big house and rented a room self-con in a local area in Abuja. Even after selling her house, she still had no money. It was like the money was disappearing. Eva and Annie started begging for money at the market. People laughed at them when they passed, telling Annie that her life has spoiled. Annie had cried to God, she didn't know her offense. She was tired of the ridiculous names people were calling her, Kwashiorker lady, Sligo girl. She cried and cried that her eyes started hurting her. She can no longer wear designer clothes, shoes, or wigs anymore. Only big clothes to hide her thin stature. Eva, her mother's weight has also reduced from poverty. No more wearing of gold or jewelries. Eva and Annie was on the street begging one afternoon as usual when a big black car suddenly parked beside them. They looked at the car scared, praying that it shouldn't be those they owned money. The driver came down to open the door and a pretty lady stepped out, dressed in a beautiful dress. She removed her glasses and stood before them. Annie, she called, shocked. It's you. Annie and Eva opened their mouths in shock. They couldn't believe their eyes. Was that really Anna? Anna. They were speechless. Anna asked what happened to them, but Annie and Eva just keep crying. Anna took them to her house in her car. Annie and Eva were amazed by the big house Anna lived now. They begged for her forgiveness while crying loudly. It was hard for Anna to forgive them, but she later forgave them. God has already fight for her. Annie and Eva explained what happened to them to Anna and she promised to help them. Anna took Annie to a church where they prayed and fasted. It was revealed to them that it was Alex, Lucy and Stella that was behind her illness. They only succeeded because Anna stopped praying for her. Annie cried, asked Anna to forgive and thank her for saving her when no one does. Slowly, Annie gets back on her feet. She started regaining weight and looked healthy like before. Annie and Eva begged Anna for her forgiveness again. Anna said she already forgave them. She introduced them to Daniel, her fiancé. Daniel was happy that Anna reconciled with her mother and twin sisters. Some weeks later, Alex was drinking with his new babe at a club when he suddenly stood up and started shouting. I'm a Yahoo boy, I use people to renew my wealth. People gasped around him before shouting at him, throwing things at him and sent him away, and that was how he ran mad. Lucy and Stella woke up one day with crazy body odor. People ran away from them. No perfume was working for them. Everywhere they go to for solution said they should go and ask for forgiveness from the lady they offended. They knew they were talking about Annie, and they started looking for Annie. After 6 months, they found Annie doing well. She was now a lecturer at a college of education. Because of their body odor, Annie couldn't stay with them. But they went to back Annie the next day, and this time she was with Anna and their mother. They asked for Annie's forgiveness, which she did because Anna forgave her too. So it was nice for her to forgive Lucy and Stella also. Lucy and Stella thanked her so much before going to their house. After a week, their body odor reduced and they were back to normal. Anna and Daniel did an elegant wedding, where dignitaries attended. Annie and Eva wore beautiful clothes, smiling happily. Anna looked back on her life and gives thanks to God. God has been faithful to her and she really appreciates His mercy on her. The end. God will never leave the good people. It might be late, but He will always be there for them. Let's not lose hope or faith in our God. Family is everything. They will stand with you when no one does, so never neglect them. We should never be the bad eggs in our community. Thank you for watching. Please leave 1 or 2 things you learned in this video at the comment section.